Let's take a bill, a coin, put it in the pushka. We have tefillah, we have tzedakah, and let's now have a thought of Torah, and I want to share with you a very special one. Today, Reb Levik's, the Rebbe's father's birthday. We have shared in the past different thoughts that Reb Levik speaks, and it's always a Kabbalah deep concept. I want to share with you something fascinating that Reb Levik said during the First World War to a group of soldiers who visited the synagogue on Pesach, who came to get some strength, some encouragement to find himself within the Jewish community. And Reb Levik addressed to them a speech in their honor, of words of encouragement. And he related it to the theme of the Haggadah. We're still in the spirit of the Haggadah. And we remember what we just said 2 nights ago. Amar Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Famous story of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, who that day became the Nasi, the leader of the of the yeshiva, of the Jewish people. But he was a young man. And a miracle happened overnight. He got some white strands in his beard. He looked elderly. And he says, I didn't marriage to Omer Yetzias Mitzrayim Baleilos. A source, an idea that we should commemorate, we should speak about the coming out of Egypt, or even during nighttime. That's what Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah says. And we'll see the rest in a moment. Says Reb Levik the following. First of all, the name. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Elazar is spelled Aleph Lamed, Ayin Zayin Reish, which is Kael, God, Oizer, God helps. Son of Azariah, again, Oizer, Yudke. So we have the 2 names of God, Kael and Yudke. Both of them are here to help. Says Reb Levik, you should know first of all, my dear soldiers, remember God is always with you, God is always helping you. But you ask yourself the question, I look like a 70-year-old man. You're in battle, you're fatigued, you're exhausted. You look like older people, strained, stressful face. And you ask yourself the question, how can we expect from you in such a moment, in such a time, to celebrate Pesach, to celebrate Yetzias Mitzrayim? In turn, this goes for all of us. We're all in exile. We're all tired. We're all elderly. Can we be expected under those circumstances to commemorate an event that happened over 3 millennia? And how do we relate to this? While we're in exile, how do we relate to redemption? First of all, he says, remember, Elazar ben Azariah, God is always with you. And therefore comes ben Zoyma. Zoyma comes from the word searching, wanting to understand, exploring. So when we explore exile, when we look into exile, when we look into darkness, when we look into these difficult moments that you are in those battles, you see phenomenal miracles of God. How God is right with you. How God is right there with you and saving you and helping you. In turn to all of us, during exile we have to search those moments of Yetzias Mitzrayim, those moments of coming out of Egypt, those miraculous moments which help us to survive and overcome the challenges. And therefore we can celebrate. Not only do we celebrate the coming out of Egypt of the past, but we celebrate the miracles that are happening today, says Reb Levik. And you as soldiers, you have to be able to do that. Why? Because you have God's help in doing this. But then it says further in the Haggadah, those are even wiser. They say not only do we have to find the miracles of today within these challenging times, within the darkness, the night, we should find some rays of light. It says more than this. We have to understand that Yemei Chayecha, the days of your life, the present life, is for what purpose? Is lahavi lemoisa Mashiach. Is to bring about, to create, to reveal, to hasten the days of Mashiach. So it's not just as to see the miracles which are happening now, but to understand and appreciate the whole purpose of our exile, the whole purpose of the darkness for us to bring and to reveal the light. Can we do that? Yes.